Yeah, that does be gone 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, because we've got another appointment at 2 when we're back. So 11:15 when we're
whoever picks you up will be over, and he'll sit at going over. And those are one way because it's his boys who are coming back. Okay. Now you got the right kind of ticket. Yeah. Okay. I know I can't. I'm not authorized, but there's a $13 difference. So you could try calling our office and say, do what? See, that is the one thing. The one way and the round trip is not my question. I got one of the 3 of them.
Here it comes.
I don't know where your very rarely see the snaps. That's what So I'm just excited to get to see strange the sun.
Thank you. I'm just going to go behind you.
Yeah.
Like I'm the only one there.
Fancy.
You liking it?
Yeah. Bluebird.
Missed it.
Missed it.
Want to go here? Want to go on?
You got the usual Honda generator on that last one. You got the usual Honda generator on the last one.
What does that do?
Generates?
Electricity?
I'm guessing.
Oh, so it's not all steam?
I mean, these
Steam
might.
just for show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard the 1880 train.
Ooh.
11:15 departure.
Orville.
Yep. Okay. Oh, they
Look for your tickets to find out where to sit. Start
Oh.
by getting in the correct car,
Oh.
and then look at the row and see.
Maybe he can help us.
The right of the ticket.
Oh, it says Orville.
Orville?
That's the one we just passed.
Oh, it's back there.
This one. This is the one we got.
Okay, excuse us.
On board.
And match that information with brass tickets that you'll
Does it say what
tag
seat?
on the wall of the train. Turn the train around. In a moment, the engine will come alongside and connect on the uphill end and pull us back to Hill City.
5AB.
The benches flip to face either direction, but the
4C and D.
direction of travel will be uphill away from the station,
I guess you sit.
the opposite of the way you saw the train pull in.
You want to?
I guess I sit
You
here.
can ride backwards if you like. If you want to face your traveling partners in a neighboring bench, just
Because those are A, B's, these are your C's and D's. Because A, I see how it works now. A, B,
the back of the bench.
C, D. Nice seat. Nice little seat.
Are you gonna drive?
All doors, windows. Whoops. Actually, pretty nice in here. Carpet. I'm excited.
Then manufactured in 1929.
1929.
Burns recycled motor oil to oil the water. It's on the other side of the cab. And standing on the footboard is Marcus, our conductor.
Open my window up. Looks like I'm getting this whole seat. Looks like I'm getting this whole seat to myself.
Now shortly we're going to raise the ramps temporarily. We're not leaving anybody behind. We'll raise the ramps and suspend boarding as a safety procedure while we connect the engine. We don't want people stepping on or off the train during this process because the engine has to bump into the Battle Creek car hard enough to connect to it.
Yeah, Battle Creek is all the
And
way down there.
if
That
it
green
comes too
thing.
fast, the train.
Alright, so what? Couples?
Likewise, those of you
We're
who
gonna
did get on board, in a moment I'll ask you
push.
to sit down temporarily. Right now you're fine if you're up moving around, but just know that's coming. I'm going to ask you all to sit down and clear the aisle so that you're safe as well when we connect.
It's just like riding a bus. The train stopped.
Perhaps you noticed the engine was backing up alongside us, and it'll connect backwards as well. It looks kind of funny going backwards at the front of the train, but it operates the same in either direction. It has to get onto our track though, instead of the parallel one next to us. And it does that by going through a switch where the two tracks come together. The conductor, who's on the ground, will throw the switch. The track moves a tiny bit so that when the engine comes our way again, it'll come onto our track instead of going back down to the water tower.
See the train connect all the way down there.
Especially with that. And it drops. Yes, there is a way.
It's connecting in reverse.
All right, now the engine is on our track. It made it through the switch the other direction.
All
And
the
ladies
way
and
down
gentlemen,
there.
on board, please take a seat. Folks on the sidewalk, please stay back away from the gap between the train
I
and
see
the
it.
the sidewalk.
I don't want to.
If you're on the aisle, you can stick your head out into the aisle, look forward and see the in front of the engine. It's engine 110 coming toward us.
I am on the wrong side.
And here it comes. Get seated. Stay seated, everybody. I'll give you an all clear when you can get up again.
Plenty again. We haven't even started and you're already complaining. Anna's is going down too.
Is it steam? Get a little bump.
If you can hear me on the sidewalk, Mystic passengers, please stay on the sidewalk and let Battle Creek folks on ahead. And let's stay seated, folks. I haven't given you the all clear yet. We'll hear some hissing in a moment. That tells us that the brakes are connected again. There's the hissing I mentioned.
Brakes.
Again, Mystic passengers on the sidewalk, please stay on the sidewalk. Let any Battle Creek people get on ahead of you. They've got to go through your car to get to theirs. And now you can get up, move around if you like. Those of you on the sidewalk, you're welcome to come aboard for your seats for this trip.
Let's take a look around
in the
here.
gift shop are empty. It's conceivable we could pull out early.
Chairs can swivel backwards.
But since we do have officially 5 minutes or so, if you need another restroom run, you can do it in that amount of time.
Nice
Go for
window. Finish
Remember,
that.
there's no
Pull
restroom
down.
on the train. You got to take advantage of it while we're here in the station. Takes about an hour to get
Got
to
extra windows up
Fuel
there.
City.
Light.
We'll do a brake test now. For those of you who are into train operations, the conductor's walking to the back of the train now, the downward lane. He'll signal the engineer to apply the brakes. We'll hear a toot on the whistle. And you'll feel some movement under your feet, the brake pistons moving in your car. And if the conductor is satisfied that the brakes are working correctly, you'll hear two toots on the whistle.
There
There's
goes
one
first.
toot to set the brakes. So you can feel that movement under your feet. And then two toots and hissing. That's a release of air in the brakes. There you go, the brakes work. We'll also do a running brake test a couple minutes after we leave the station.
Cool.
Super important that we don't lose our brakes. And we disconnect them every time we lose the brakes every time we disconnect the engine. So every time we get that engine hooked up again, we want to make sure they're working. About 3 minutes now till scheduled departure. I've learned after 12 years now on the train that people forget that they would like to take a picture of their family in their train seats, and they forget to do
forget
that
that.
until we're ready to leave.
Can't let the battery
Now's
off.
your chance. We don't want any
1
of
minute.
those taking a tumble. Plus, we need the aisle available for uniformed crew. Regarding the windows, if you have a glass window, you're in charge of it. The antique windows have a latch on the right side you need to pinch to raise and lower the sash.
Oh, I see how it works.
In the Bluebird car, your windows go right up and down pretty much like a house window. And in the open cars, you don't have to deal with the windows unless it starts to rain hard. Regardless of what kind of window you have, though, make sure you keep your hands and head, all body parts inside the train. And be careful nothing goes overboard. Certainly you wouldn't throw garbage out. But be careful as well that you don't accidentally lose a cap, a camera, a phone, a child's pacifier, or a toy. We can't stop the train to pick things up that go overboard. Now, if there's an empty bench across from you and you want to put your feet up, that's allowed. Make yourselves comfortable. All we ask is that you kick your shoes off if you're on an upholstered bench. So if you put your feet up, we keep it a little cleaner for the next passenger.
All right, it's gonna be
Last
cool.
thing I want to emphasize is that there's no smoking on board the train. Do that if you need to in the Hill City station.
It's gonna be cool.
From the rear of the train. Some action in the Bluebird car here, folks, that you can get seated. Will be underway momentarily.
Oh,
We hear two toots on the whistle now. We just got the all aboard. And we might rock and rumble a little. Don't let that scare you. It's normal here because we're parked on a slope, and gravity sometimes will interfere with a smooth liftoff.
oh.
No, we're just gonna sit on it for the whole hour. Without it moving.
Oh, here we go. You know, the wood
As the train
cracking.
pulls out of the station, look around at the granite peaks and thick ponderosa forests that surround you. An army expedition led by George Custer turned up gold a few miles south of here in 1874. Within months, there were thousands of miners, mule skinners, madams, gunslingers, and gamblers swarming across the landscape, eager to get their hands on some of the shiny yellow metal. The community of Keystone, like many towns in the Black Hills, was originally founded to serve these ambitious prospectors. Gold mining camps dotted the sides of this gulch as early as 1875, although Keystone wasn't founded until the turn of the century. Today, Keystone is filled with hotels, restaurants, museums, and gift shops that entice visitors on their way to Mount Rushmore National Memorial, located just a few miles away.
We're not gonna be able to take any pictures. Just hope,
Oh, look at that wall.
right.
We make 19 road crossings in each direction. The first crossing is coming. Listen to the whistle. 2 longs, a short and a long. Tell you we're going across a road.
Look at all the steam. It smells like fireworks. Over the road we go.
We'll also go through several cuts in the rock where the mountain had to be cleared away for the train to get through. This first one happens to be highest and longest. You'll hear a bunch of whistles now. First a crossing signal, then a running brake test. Total of 7 toots coming up. 8 toots. Was right. There's a marmot over there under that propane tank. Big road. Another one, the driveway there. A lot of them nesting in that area with all the trailers and sheds.
It's like another railroad right there. Another track coming.
Our trip to Hill City is almost all uphill.
Sweet.
Pretty gentle slope right now, but it's going to get much steeper, and the engine's going to be much louder. More smoke and louder whistle noise.
I like that.
Because the engine's backwards, and the whistle's blowing right at us. So those of you who will enjoy the sounds of the train are going to get your money's worth going this direction for sure.
Sure are.
We start our trip in a canyon with a very thick forest cover. The canyon we're passing through is carved by Battle Creek, that stream off on the right. Water level's a little higher in there to my eye than about a week ago. The month of June was quite dry. June is, I forget, the second or third wettest month of the year. Typically, not so much this year. And we'll try a campground on the right. A couple of little girls swimming in it, and we came in any direction. We'll see if it's getting more natural. Though this time of the morning, most folks are out of the campground off Black Hills Adventures. It's this stretch of the track, by the way, where we're as close as we're going to get to Mount Rushmore. It's only about a mile and a half away on the left, but don't get too excited. We can't see it at all from the track.
Got another deer. I don't know if I got it on video. pretty nice lemonade. And a pretty nice view. Wow, it's smoke.
The Baptist Church's Camp Judson, to your left, sits on the site of the old Overguard sawmill, which harvested much of the surrounding timber during the 1920s to serve various mines.
Might be
The
from
whole
the engine.
community was called Pine Camp.
Well, yeah, that's a lot. Might be from the engine, but that's a lot of smoke. Maybe the wind's pushing it forward, and that's from all the whistles. Because a whistle makes a lot of smoke.
Well, so does the engine.
Yeah.
But while you're going to be off of it, usually it trails back behind them.
Here we really got some really high wind.
Look at this.
Bet they're having fun. Looks a little dry though. They even got their own basketball court. Wait, hold on. Am I zoomed in? No, I'm not. Well, back into the woods. Yep, we're going over another road. Anytime now. If you listen closely, you can hear the engine. Yep. Going past another road. Oh, there's people. Oh, I can see it over there. I need to get a video of the ATSF 3415 in Abilene, Kansas. I've been on it before. Just need to get a video of it. Oh, look at that.
The 1880 train is a movie star. In 1970, the 1880 train was used in an episode of the famous Western Gunsmoke.
Whoa.
The following year, the train was used in Walt Disney's Scandalous John. In the late 70s, the train was used in a made-for-TV movie entitled Orphan Train. The 1880 train has been featured in a music video called Love Train and in a CNT
That
special.
song?
It was also used in the filming of a Steven Spielberg TV miniseries entitled Into the West.
Wow. That's... I was... We were just watching Gunsmoke a few nights ago.
Now we're out of the canyon and we get a little break from the whistle as we enter a pleasant meadow.
Well, I
for the
guess
next
that's
part of
this
our
train.
ride. We level off here a little bit too. It gets a little
Wow.
peaceful and quiet. On the left, you're going to see Elkhorn Mountain coming into view, 6,200 feet high. It's the second highest mountain you'll see from the train ride. The
Second
mountain in
highest.
Black Hills is coming up twice. But that's not it. You're looking at it off on the left. It's Elkhorn Mountain.
Ida Grove, Iowa, reconditioned the entire car, which was added to the Black Hills Central lineup in 2016. The car was originally built by the Jewett Car Company for Bamberger Railroad in Utah. The Bluebird car was built by our own Black Hills Central crew. It offers accessibility to all passengers. Car number 144, Redford, was originally built as a baggage car. The Oregon Electric Railway converted it to a passenger coach in 1915. It was modified as an observation coach for the Black Hills Central in 1998. Coach number 140, Mystic, was also rebuilt as an observation car in 1999.
The Harney Canyon car was a caboose when we got it, but it was in pretty tough condition. Had to be torn down to the frame, and then it was converted into a very comfortable open-air passenger car. Now we're coming to the end of this pleasant meadow. I'll let you just enjoy the peace and quiet here, because we're going to blow the whistle, cross the road, and start climbing again shortly.
Oh. That's a big house. Well, you can really hear it now. That right there can hold two different train gauges right there. See the two? Van Railway. There's another. Used to be for a logging company. This is what this train came from originally. Another road's coming. There it is. got here? Giant thing right there. Wow.
We only go downhill 2 times on this trip to Hill City. And we're halfway down the first stretch as we left Oblivion and we make our way into Palmer Gulch. Tungsten is used to harden steel, so it has all kinds of
It's a tungsten mine.
manufacturing applications. And that mine was still active and very busy during both world wars, but no longer in operation. Don't miss.
Tallest mountain in the Black Hills, Black Hill Peak. You can see the observation tower up there.
Addie Camp was located at the mouth of Palmer Gulch, which you are now leaving. A number of small placer mining operations existed here in 1875, and the ruins of some larger industrial mines dating to the 1930s are found on the northwest ridge, which is off to your right.
Oh, I'd love to live there. There's deer everywhere.
Now, one of the prominent mines of the late 1800s was called the Addie Tin Mine. I used to think of tin as being cheaper, not little.
Speed track up there, you can kind of see the
Sadly
slope.
for the investors in that particular mine.
Oh, look at this view. Here's an old abandoned mine house right there.
Last year, and we finally boarded up the windows. We used to look straight through that house when we came by here.
But it's being restored. It's got a new roof. That's really cool. 1800s.
Boys,
We're at the tallest part of the hill,
his engine's working real hard on this stretch.
10 Mill Hill. Train's working really, really hard. So am I at recording. Cool. Working hard because it's got to turn and go up. Hear how much louder it is? Here's that curve. And there's the train. Working hard. We are at an angle like 10-20 degrees too. pretty interesting. Oh yeah. I was waiting for it to do that. Thinking of getting a shirt. Oh, these are girl shirts. These are more like it. I know I'm absolutely getting a shirt. That's what I need. I need one of them on we road. This comes with a hat. This is more like it. Does it actually come with this hat? I don't know. I think these ones fit. Yeah, that ain't creepy at all. Look at that. Oh boy. Oh my god, what's that coin? You want that? You want that coin? You can get this nice little display if you got $3,700 in spare. That is big. Yeah. Oh, there's a big one right there. That is, oh my god, you see the one out there? Like cars down there. I got it on video. I got it on video. Look at these things. It's still bright, but it's hailing. Doing this again. Oh. Watering the dog. Dog's drinking from a cup. It's so funny seeing them drink from a cup.
Stay hydrated, people.
It's getting it all over your hands. Makes me a little nervous bringing him over here. Here, good, hold on it. Stand on the edge. You really feel gravity trying to push you down here. Literally the entire ground, there is no grass. There is just dead pine needles.
Hey.
That's all.
Water.
Once you get to the top, there's no room for the grass to grow because we're covered in pine. And so, literally, the only thing on the ground is pine needles. And like, you kick under it, dirt. It's crazy. You know, bonsai tree, look. What? Head's in a pine tree right now.
What you doing, Pepper? Look up there. Go up there. No view today.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pep.
I mean, don't be sorry. He'd be running after it.
He only knows how to go pheasant hunting, so that's what he was trained to do. That's what I got him trained in.
Whew, just about fell forward.
Bird, hey, hey, bird, bird.
I don't do that to him.
Now, if I had my gun, he'd know what time it is.
Yeah, let's take him back. You get a little bit more freedom up here without having to carry that dog around. Spiky. Oh yeah, Tesla buddies. The red one, I really like the red one. Hi. I got